What's up, Meta Nerds? This video is all about the Electrostaff. Now, we saw this thing used most notably by General Grievous and Count Dooku's bodyguards. It was developed by Bactroid Armor Workshop and Hollow Mechanicals. Bactroid, of course, made the B1 battle droid, the Armored Assault Tank, and the MTT, and Hollow Mechanicals was the mastermind behind the IG series assassin droids. But what's really unique is that they used the material Frick. Frick is a lightsaber resistant material, and what's really cool is that it was the main material used in Darth Sidious's lightsaber. And even though it was extremely resistant, this material was also relatively lightweight, because the Electrostaff only had a total weight of 2 kilograms or 4.4 pounds. To have a real weapon to compare that to, it's about the same weight as a medieval polearm. And the way it worked is that each side of the Electrostaff had an emitter, which would conduct electricity towards the tip. This bulb here towards the top contained a power cycling coil, which helped to make sure that the electricity flowed in a nice arc. Depending on the type of coil used, would determine whether or not they were purple or yellow sparks. And these emitters had different settings, so that the user could dial up the strength, starting with something that would just kind of stun like a taser, to something that could actually kill you. This made it an excellent torturing device, but I should point out that even on its highest setting, in order to kill somebody with it, you would either have to hold it against them for a couple seconds, or hit them in the chest, neck, or head. Now this of course meant that it wasn't a weapon for every type of soldier, and for the CIS army, they were reserved for the highly advanced IG-100 Magna Guards. These guys are shown throughout the Clone Wars to be experts with the Electrostaff, and use it for both incapacitating, torturing, and even killing. And there are also some creative uses of it, like when they used the Electrostaff to start the Electro Guillotine. Now what's really cool is that the Electrostaff survives on after the end of the Clone Wars. A couple years before the Battle of Yavin, the Empire had specialized troops called Riot Troopers and Heavy Troopers, both of which used Electrostaffs. But instead of using Frick, these were made of Cortosis, which was another lightsaber resistant material. And the last time we see Electrostaffs being used is when Gracchus the Hutt ordered her IG-100 Magna Guards to fight against Luke Skywalker. Now that's it for its history, but I do want to discuss the scene when General Grievous is able to cut an Electrostaff in half. I always thought he probably hit it right along the bulbs on top, which wouldn't have been made of Frick. But if you actually go frame by frame, you see that he cuts it right down the middle, and then on each end. And there's only a couple things that help me explain this. One is that Frick isn't impervious to lightsabers, it's just resistant. So maybe Grievous had already hit it enough times, or was just able to hit it strong enough that it was able to break through. And it's said that throughout the Clone Wars, less and less Electrostaffs were actually even coated with Frick, due to it being so expensive and hard to work with. But we should also consider this really cryptic remark made by General Grievous in the Revenge of the Sith novel. He's taunting Obi-Wan and says, "You think I would arm my bodyguards with weapons that could injure me?" This might mean that General Grievous himself was resistant to the electricity generated from the staff, or maybe he knew the secret places on the Electrostaff that were a lot weaker and his lightsabers could break through. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Well, that's it for the Electrostaff, but we definitely got some cool facts and some behind the scenes stuff. There's been a lot of confusion over what that weapon is that the Mandalorian Royal Guards use, but StarWars.com says that it's an electro pole, not quite an Electrostaff, but a weapon that had a lot of similarities. And one very silly behind the scenes fact is that the production team for Episode 3 referred to these as fart staffs because of the sound they made when they were started. Well, that's it for the Electrostaff. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button, and be sure to leave a comment down below if I missed any cool facts, or if you have a suggestion for future videos. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at MetaNerdsLore, so you can see us build Star Wars props and cosplays, along with some other cool Star Wars stuff. If you want to help support this channel, check out the description below for our Amazon store and our Patreon. And be sure to subscribe, because we're making videos like this every single day. But more important than all that, remember, never arm your bodyguards with something that can kill you, and the Force will be with you, always.